When a member of the American military leaves active service, they are often tossed back into a world they no longer recognize. Going from a life that begins with so much structure and at times can be pure hell and chaos. There are plenty of people doing their part to help get these vets back into the swing of a normal life, and that almost always begins with employment. What is often missed in the mix is the requisite training to give vets the skills they will need to make the switch from military to standard workforce. Our guest is a veteran of the Army Rangers, now Senior Vice President of Worldwide Alliance and Channels at Salesforce, where the training is free for veterans. And so is the advice on how to get back into the real world. Dan Streetman. Dan, thank you so much for joining us.
Ed, it's great to be here. Thank you very much for making the time and helping us share the news of what we're doing here at VetForce.
It is
to help veterans and really serve those who served.
Absolutely our pleasure. We need to point out that veterans certainly come out of the service with a certain set of skills. That's what we hear a lot. But it's fair to say that sometimes, many times, those skills don't fit what's out there. So they have knowledge, but they do need to be retrained in what is out there at the current time, correct?
That's absolutely right. So our focus in VetForce is to really help veterans become aware of all the opportunities that are available to them. You know, depending on the statistics, there are more than 500,000 unemployed vets at any point in time. And you know, in the cloud job space, there's over 100,000 jobs. So there's maybe 2 jobs for every veteran if they just understood how to get hold of the training, get the skill sets they needed, and really feel the encouragement to go strive for something that they might have thought was unattainable. And that's why we at Salesforce created VetForce.
So when they come out of the service end, what are the common mistakes, I guess, that they would make if they're out looking for work?
Sure. Well, one of the key things is these are leadership-inclined young women and men who know how to get things done. They know how to make things happen. They're exceptional decision makers, but oftentimes the first thing they see in a job posting is requires 2 to 3 years of experience. At VetForce, we're looking to accelerate that, and what we provide is a community where veterans can log on, work with one another, they can get training, they can actually get certification at Salesforce, and then go out and find those jobs and accelerate that path to becoming employed. You know, a job in the cloud ecosystem, particularly in the Salesforce ecosystem, is generally about 2 times the salary of a typical job, and a vet might not think that they have the capability to do that. And that's why, with Mark Benioff's help and Salesforce behind it, we created VetForce to give them access to that training. We call it certification training, but it gives them the skills that they can put on their resume and show potential employers that they do have the capability to do that job. Whether they might not have the specific experience, they can take their leadership inclination, all the skills they learned in the military, and then apply that to cloud jobs, particularly jobs in the Salesforce ecosystem. And I should be clear, we don't see this as a charity, we see this as a win-win, because they're great veterans that can serve our great customers in a rapidly growing ecosystem.
When you talk about jobs in the cloud, and that's where a lot of them are these days, you have to search them out and look for them, is there a specific skill set that is more prevalent in the cloud that veterans need to look at and need to understand that they can get training for?
Yeah, so particularly we love the Salesforce administrator role. We help really focus them and get that role, which helps any company run their Salesforce instance. At Salesforce, we are all about customer success. It's the foundation of what our company relies upon. So we look at veterans as a great resource to ensure our customers are successful. We really call our platform the Customer Success Platform. Companies big and small, from the smallest startups to large companies like American Express or Xerox, are all using Salesforce. So there's a lot of roles for Salesforce administrators. Since we're a relatively new company in some sense, we just celebrated our 16th anniversary, which we're very excited about. There are many veterans who might not have been exposed to it, but there's an opportunity for them to join VetForce, and that's veterans.force.com, get training, understand and network with other veterans, and also work with vet service organizations, because we partner with them to help them gain the other skills as well. And we focus very clearly on how do I have the technical skills, the technical wherewithal, and the certification to prove that I can help companies be successful using Salesforce.
I got about a minute or so left. What was the toughest part for you coming out of the service?
You know, so I actually am unique in that I stayed in what's called the individual ready reserves. And when I first, came out of the service, I went to business school and had all the benefits of doing that. And in 2009, I actually deployed back to Iraq out of the individual ready reserve as a reservist. And so to me, the toughest part was clearly coming back and getting a grasp back on what's important and what's available. And that's really why I helped start VetForce with the help of a lot of people at Salesforce, because I saw young women and men who deployed 2, 3, 4 times and really didn't know what was out there, had certainly lived in a tense environment, certainly sacrificed and seen things that they might not have thought equipped them to do things. We're in a fast-moving technology world now at Salesforce, So giving vets the skills to work with our customers is really important to us. So that's what we're really excited about, and that's where I take from my own service and help those others who served as well.
I only got 10 seconds left. Last word. Tell these veterans, don't be dismayed if you see something that you're not perfect for, because you can be trained for it, correct?
Adapt and overcome, that's right. At veterans.force.com, we help veterans every day take on challenges and do things they never thought possible, which is exactly what they did in the service. So we're really happy for this opportunity to share it. Thanks very much.
Oh, it is my pleasure. This is a way to help the veterans. There it is, veterans.force.com. It's a way for veterans. You've been in any service. Get out there, use what you have. Use your leadership abilities, just like Dan did and so many others, to make sure that you get out there and get back into the workforce. Dan, thank you so much for joining us. Much luck. I hope we get a chance to talk again.
Thanks, Ed. Good evening. Really appreciate it.
Take care. Always great to make sure that we're doing something to help the veterans move forward in their lives. Stay with us. The Hard Line continues.